How's everybody doing? It's PR, and I'm back at you with another update video with my face in the video, of course. Before I begin with this video, make sure that you follow the Twitter page, PR5210, for more Philadelphia Eagles updates. That's also where I post the Throwing Snowballs podcast with PR52, so make sure you follow the page for more updates. Of course, subscribe to the channel if that's something that you would like to do. I'm always cool with that. So the reason why I've come here with this update video is because of the fact that the Philadelphia Eagles today finished their head coaching search by signing Nick Sirianni, former Colts offensive coordinator, to be their head football coach to replace Doug Peterson, former Super Bowl winning head coach. And I just wanted to sit here and give my reaction on this. I'd say about 4 years ago, I had the thought process of, it doesn't really matter who you sign as your head coach. It's kind of a crapshoot. A lot of these guys come in here with a ton of experience. Everyone's heavily touted. It really all has to do with the organization you end up going to and how the coach meshes with that organization, how the coach meshes with the players. You can have a very qualified head coach come in and they might be not very good, just because of the fact that their personality doesn't mesh with the players in the front office and they're not able to put a good product on the table. So there are a lot of factors that go into being a successful team, but I just want to quickly, give my reaction to this. Now, first and foremost, it's not Deuce Staley. I don't even know if Deuce Staley is still going to be on this team as a coach. I would love it if Deuce Staley stayed here, but I just don't know. Obviously, the players really liked Deuce Staley, and of course, he carries a lot of clout and, a lot of respect with the team. I do want to quickly talk about Eagles Twitter completely going crazy this whole time. The whole time they thought we were getting Josh McDaniels because the media was putting it out there. At a certain point in time, we all thought management liked Josh McDaniels, the fans liked Deuce Staley, as well as Joe Brady. The players also liked Deuce Staley, and then nobody liked Adam Gase, and then, you would have a reporter be like, oh, looks like, according to random Twitter bot, the Philadelphia Eagles are going to make Adam Gase their head coach, and Eagles Twitter just completely melts down like usual. So I am going to say this. I don't really know that much about Nick Sirianni, and, people have been saying that he's been a really good offensive coordinator. I spoke with a few Colts fans who said that they really liked him, so that's definitely a good sign. I think there are a lot of Patriots fans who were willing to just part ways with Josh McDaniels as soon as they could at humanly possible. But I think the main thing that went into this decision was the fact that a lot of people claim that Frank Reich was one of the biggest reasons why the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Now, I don't 100% agree with that, but of course, the Colts poached our offensive coordinator, Frank Reich, so we went ahead and we poached their offensive coordinator in Nick Sirianni. Now, I know that Eagles haters, the people who hate the Eagles, are going to come out and say this was terrible. At the end of the day, we just don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what he's going to bring to the organization. He's definitely been impressive by a lot of people, but if I'm really just looking at this, I just don't really know what to have an impression on. I hated Chip Kelly when we hired him because I thought that he was just going to be this gimmicky dude who just was a complete jerkwad. So I didn't like him. I also didn't like Doug Peterson because he just seemed really mundane and boring. And I look at Nick Sirianni, I don't really know that much about him. So my reaction is this: wait and see. The Indianapolis Colts, they had a pretty good offense last year. They went to the playoffs. They also had a really good defense. So we'll have to see who his coordinators are, who his assistants are. But one thing that I saw a lot on Twitter was the fact that people were talking about how the Eagles signed Nick Sirianni to be a puppet. And my reaction to that, and I'm just going to finish off with this, my reaction to that was, how could you possibly know that? Were you in the room? Are you in the organization? How can you possibly know that they're trying to treat him like a puppet? And even if they were treating him like a puppet, I mean, I just think that that's just a completely irrelevant statement. That's what they said about Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl with the guys that were picked for him. Okay, so it doesn't really make that much sense to me. One last thing that I'm going to say, I lied. One last thing that I'm going to say is a lot of people are upset that we didn't sign Eric Bieniemy. And I am really upset about us not signing Eric Bieniemy. But the thing that I'm going to say about that move is the fact that since we fired Doug Peterson a week late, we were late on that head coaching search. So instead of going out there and being able to interview Eric Bieniemy in person, we weren't able to do that. So we would have either had to wait until the end of the weekend just to see and pray if Eric Bieniemy and the Chiefs ended up getting eliminated, or we would have had to wait after the Super Bowl to interview him for a first time. Now, if we were interviewing him for a second time in person, we would have been able to do that the week of the Super Bowl. But it just seems a little bit too late. It's just bad timing. I would have wanted Eric Bieniemy. Good for him for staying with the Chiefs and trying to win a second Super Bowl. But, it just didn't go that way. So, again, this is not one of those videos where I really know that much about these guys. I knew a lot about Chip Kelly and I knew a lot about Doug Peterson because I had a lot of experience with both of those guys. But I really just think that this is just a wait-and-see kind of process. I do like the fact that Nick Sirianni does have experience in these positions, and he's highly touted by the Colts organization as well as Colts fans. They're not willing to get rid of him, and they're upset that he's leaving. So that's all I have to say. Welcome to the Philadelphia Eagles, Nick Sirianni. I hope that you're with us for the rest of your career. I'm going to get out of here. You guys all have a very nice day. Peace.